Someone's asking, why have there been cases of your DSG catch can leaking fluid? I'm assuming this is the DAZA.
Probably.
Well, there are reported cases of other catch cans on the market leaking as well. There appears to be some DSG transmissions that puke, for lack of a better term, much more fluid
Yeah,
than
and
they should.
we don't know have a lot of info. I think on
Yeah.
the case or case the couple of cases we have. So we don't know fill levels where
hmm
those were at. They're pretty sensitive on those cars.
I mean, we have probably 400 or 500 of those catch cans installed in cars in the field,
Right.
and we've heard of like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 at the most
And
cases.
and these are coming from like
We've had 4 cases where someone said that this was happening.
yeah.
We have them on shop cars here. We install them in our service department every week on customer cars. So this is not a widespread problem with our catch can. Again, Iros was the first one to come out with their catch can, and there are customers in these threads saying theirs does the same thing. So
And it's not. I mean, it's a simple device, right? I mean,
yeah.
it's retaining and ideally returning fluid back to the trans.
Well, some people think
If
it's
it-
really
if-
complicated, and we must have copied it.
if
But
if you're overcoming that ability for that can and that line to drain back fast enough, with the amount of fluid that or gases that are getting pumped out,
yeah,
you might get some residue on the top or some leakage past
yeah. So
the top.
I don't want to come across as minimizing it or discounting.
all.
We would prefer that this wasn't happening. Certainly not with our catch cans or anyone else's. We need more information. Our cars don't do it.
Yeah.
Our
And
catch
these
can
are on
does
cars. These are on like our stock cars, which were puking quite badly out of the stock vents.
horrible.
Stock, little tiny breather that's on there. We had a lot of fluid,
Yeah.
expulsion through that, and then none since we put our cans on. So
So we don't know how much fluid is coming out. How bad of a problem is it? Is it some kind of residue, or is there actually like a lot of volume of fluid? And then, there's also a possibility that we could put some type of media inside. And so we're going to be testing that with hopefully some of the customers that have contacted us
just to give it more trapping ability
to see if it can just
if
slow
it's
down.
literally filling the can, nothing is going to fix that.
No. And then it's just like, how big do you want to make your catch can? It's
Yeah.
just going to get bigger and bigger to deal with it. So we're aware of what's going on. Again, our catch can does work on the vast majority of all cars it's been installed on. It works great. We tested it. We've track tested it, street tested it. We've tested it on big turbo cars, on
Multiple
stock turbo.
revisions. It's got a internal baffle plate we worked on to minimize any as much as we could. So
And then I'll just add, as always, if anyone's watching these things play out, there is an additional element of certain people like to over dramatize and escalate,
yes,
possible issues and make them sound much worse than they are. And so there's also an element of that. So we just need to keep that in mind. But we're more concerned about it than anyone. It's our product. Our reputation is on the line, and we just don't know why a handful of those, literally one handful of cars out of many hundreds, is experiencing that. And we had actually never been contacted about it before that was posted about. And again, dramatized by certain people a couple weeks ago.